Eachと every の違いは何ですか? Each morning, I eat natto for breakfast. Every morning, I eat natto for breakfast. Which one should you use? They both sound similar. They look similar. So what is the difference? Konnichiwa, Paul des. First of all, we will look at how each and every are similar. Then we will look at how they are different. まずは they are both used with countable nouns. For example, you can say, each summer I enjoy watching fireworks. And you could say, every summer I enjoy watching fireworks. But you cannot use them with uncountable nouns like water, for example. So you can't say, each water in Sumida River flows to the ocean. When you use each and every before a noun, that noun is always singular, because the each and the every group all the items together into just one single group. Even if you're talking about hundreds of things, the every or each classes it as one item, one group. 例えば each child eats lunch. Or every child eats lunch. You could never say each children eats lunch or every children eats lunch. So we've just seen how each and every are always used with singular countable nouns. Now let's look at how they are different. There are two differences which are very clear, and one other difference which is a little bit more subtle or nuanced. So the word each can be used in more ways than every. Each can be a determiner, a pronoun, and an adverb, whereas every can only be used as a determiner. Each and every are both used as a determiner. So what is a determiner? Well, it's a word that goes before a noun to indicate which noun we are talking about. So some other determiners would be words like a, the, my, your, some, many, each, every. You can think of them as being a little bit like adjectives. There is a small difference between adjectives and determiners, but that's a topic for a different video. For now, here's some example or an example of each and every as a determiner. Each employee will get a pay rise, or every employee will get a pay rise. Each can be used as a pronoun. For example, there are 5 members on the team. Each has their own job. But you cannot use every in this way. You could not say there are 5 members on the team. Every has their own job. Each can also be used as an adverb, but every can not. 例えば the tickets cost 5,000 yen each. But you cannot say the tickets cost 5,000 yen every. So each can be used in more ways than every. And the second major difference between the two words is that each can be used for pairs of items. So 2 or more items is okay. Whereas every must be used with 3 or more items. So for example, if you said to me, I have a sock on each foot, I would think, well, okay, that's nice. But if you said to me, I have a sock on every foot, I would think, well, that's a bit strange. How many feet do you have? Are you a dog? What do you mean on every foot? The third big difference between each and every is a little bit more subtle than the first two. So if you're using each and every as a determiner, the meaning is slightly different. So imagine that you are on the food floor of a big department store and you find the area that is selling cakes. You could say that each cake looks gorgeous, or you could say every cake looks gorgeous. So what is the difference? Well, when you're saying each cake, your focus is more on the individual cakes themselves. You're thinking that each one is slightly different. So maybe you're noticing that one cake has strawberries on it and another is covered in chocolate. And the differences are a little bit more important than if you use every. If you use every, then you're thinking, wow, they all look delicious. You're thinking more as a group in total rather than the individual members of the group. So each cake and every cake are both correct. The only difference is a subtle difference in meaning. With each cake, you're focusing on A cake and B cake and C cake, whereas every cake, it's more about the group as a whole. So one more thing before we finish this video is the origin of both the words. I love looking at the origin of words. I think it's a really interesting way to get a bit of insight into the original meaning and look at how it's changed over time. So here we've got that each is the older word from the year 900, and it meant ever alike. Whereas every is a little bit newer. Its first recorded usage was in 1150. And it originally meant ever each. So if you look at the two words together and you begin to say them fast, ever, each, ever, every, you can see how the word every came into existence. So you made it to the end of the video. I hope it was useful. If you have any questions about this video or about English in general, please put them in the comments below and I might make another video reply. If you want more help, please visit my website at expressenglish.jp. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next video. またね